Hello, I'm Eric with Lofted Aero, and this is a quick video guide for how to open and slice a Lofted Aero model in OrcaSlicer. There's a couple of quirks associated with doing things like changing the printer type, and I thought a video might be the best way to walk through those. I've opened OrcaSlicer here, and you'll notice that I'm not logged in, but that's only because the print profiles that are in Lofted Aero models already exist locally on my machine. So not being logged in here allows me to better replicate the experience that somebody who just downloaded the model files would have. I'll go ahead and open a project, and just for example here, I'm going to use the lightweight PLA parts from the F-35A design. But in general, Lofted Aero models that support OrcaSlicer have their parts and process settings and filament settings organized in pretty similar ways. So this video applies evenly to pretty much everything you might download from Lofted Aero. Now that the file's open here, you'll see that we've got a process setting, Lofted Aero 0.28mm lightweight PLA parts, and we've got a filament setting, active foaming lightweight PLA. And these are project inside presets, meaning they're saved with the file itself, and they're generally designed to support most printers. So what I've done is I've gone and I've set things like speed, acceleration, and temperature to values that most printers can handle and print well with. And I've also gone and removed things like machine-specific G code that might not necessarily be needed, but could cause compatibility issues with other printers. But you'll also notice that both of these process settings, even though they're saved inside the file, have an asterisk, indicating that they're differed in some way from the default settings, the default profiles that might already be in OrcaSlicer. And what that means is, if I go and choose a different printer here, so for example, Creality K1, we'll get this window asking if we want to transfer or discard changes, and it's listing all of the changes from this kind of fictional default profile that exists. If we ignore those, you'll notice that the process settings and the filament settings have all changed to something that's a default profile for this printer. Our project inside presets are still here for both the process and for the filament. But if you look at them, you'll notice a few things that are kind of weird. So the line widths have all changed to 0, which is obviously not right. And if we go into the filament settings, you'll find that these temperatures have also changed to something that isn't right. So 200C is a lot lower than what the active foaming lightweight PLA preset uses, but it hasn't indicated that there's been any change to that. So this is a little bit of misleading user experience that could trick you into thinking that the project inside presets are ready to go, when actually they've been changed into something that's not really suitable. So now I'll show you how to go ahead and mitigate that. We'll just go and open the project again from scratch, and making sure that we don't save any changes that we may have just made. And now, before we change the printer type, we'll save these project inside presets. If you just save them as is, that's perfectly fine. They'll save as project inside presets. You also have the option of saving them as a user preset. That'll make it so that you can use that profile again in other projects. If you want to do that, you'll have to change the name because it won't let you have two settings with two names, even though one is a project inside and one is not. But for this case, we'll just keep it in the project inside preset. And we'll do the same for the filament settings. Now when we change our printer, it'll still revert to some standard preset here, but we'll just go back to the project inside preset that we just saved. And you'll find that all the line widths are normal here. Things have carried over properly. And we go into the filament settings. We're now at 238C, which is what we expected for the active foaming lightweight PLA. So that's a good indication that our presets, now that we've saved them, have carried over properly to the new printer type. And we'll go ahead and just slice one of these for example. And yeah, this part looks good. It's about the weight we expect. The infill pattern looks good. The seam position looks good. Everything from our settings seems to have carried over properly. You might find when you change printers that you have to go and rearrange parts to get things to fit, or maybe tweak a flow setting or a speed or an acceleration for your specific machine. But overall, this process should lead to a good starting point for most printers. Happy printing, and see you next time.